YouTube? Remember that apple pie that I made earlier? Yeah. Well, if you leave it in the fridge overnight, it gets a lot more solid. So, what you do is you leave it in the fridge overnight before you cut it and serve up a slice. And it's a lot more solid. Instead of leaving it in the fridge for just like an hour or so, I'd leave it in the fridge overnight. And might have overreacted last night or the night before whenever I made the pie. I might have overreacted a bit, but this pie is pretty fucking good. Letting it chill in the fridge overnight was definitely a good call. Mm. Oh, dude. That chunk of beef. What was that about a bacon? Mm. It's not as rich now that it kind of cooled off a bit. Is that weird? Or maybe just because my palate's expecting it, so I know what I'm getting into. But I don't know, like now it's cutting like a piece of pie should. You can sit there with your fork and okay, yeah, maybe my rating on this pie might have been a little bit harsh because I was hangry. But yeah, this is staying together quite nicely. So next time I'm gonna make a pie, just leave it in the fridge overnight, and mm, it's a nice cross section of that pie right there. You can see the peanut butter, you can see the beef and the bacon over here. Right there, you can see the bacon, the beef, the peanut butter, the chunks of chocolate. Mm. Mm. Yeah, I think this recipe is going in my arsenal because this is apple pie on another level. So an update to my pie video, I guess. If you leave it in the fridge overnight for that peanut butter to get more solid, it'll firm up that crust as well. So I leave it in the fridge overnight before you cut into it, and yeah. Mm. Like maybe you make it the night before, and then you serve it for dessert the next night, kind of deal. Mm. you get all the sweet, delicious ingredients of everything put together in that pie, and then occasionally you'll get the bite from the beef and the bacon, just a nice little surprise. I'm thinking I must have did something wrong, but nope. I guess you're supposed to stick them in the fridge after you bake them. That way they firm up. Excuse me. And this whole time I'm thinking to myself, okay, did I fuck up on something? Am I supposed to, But no. That that second slice of pie that I ate was so much easier to manage. And that's how it was with the pizza pie when I made it too. But oh, but yeah. Would I recommend making an apple pie? Yeah, I kind of would. I mean, that's unhealthy as shit. The amount of calories in that shit, you know. But you live only once, and you make it one time in your life, just so you know, like, oh hey, this is And if you watched the cooking video on how to make the pie, it's real fucking easy. Like, it's a great value crust, some great value beef. You know what I'm saying? Like, the ingredients are gonna be fairly cheap to come by. But yeah, that that wasn't too bad. That was actually quite delicious. Which I suppose caused the marshmallow layer underneath all the toppings to firm up as well. Whoever heard of putting bacon in an apple pie, let alone beef, peanut butter, chocolate chips, Reese's miniature cups with pieces on the inside, marshmallows, and apple filling, and a sprinkle of brown sugar, and some goddamn peanut butter. Yeah. Well, it was a recipe that one of my fans, Gordon, sent me the pie crust and some peanut butter, and he's like, you should try just adding peanut butter and apples and baking it in the oven and putting it in the fridge overnight. It's a good recipe. I'm like, yeah, it does sound pretty good, but I'm like, I want to tweak it just a little bit and amp up the recipe. So it's like, whoa, what the is this? I guarantee you're not gonna find another recipe like that on the internet. That's you know, I mean, other than taking it out of the fridge too soon to try a slice. I mean, if I would have tried a slice of that pie, if that would have been my first slice, I would have been like, yo, this turned out great. But I took it out of the fridge too soon, and then when I tried to cut it, it all fucking fell apart. And I'm like, yeah, no. This is just gonna firm back up in the fridge and get nice and solid. But the pie was so easy to make, and it was so delicious. 8 minutes on 420 degrees. That's enough to brown the tops of your marshmallows on the very tip top and ever so lightly. And it's also enough to get the marshmallows underneath melted. Now, if you go into like a party or a gathering and you bring that pie with, people are gonna be like, "Oh, an apple pie, hell yeah, with marshmallows on top. That looks good." They cut up a slice, and they start eating it, and they're like, what is happening in my mouth? What is this orgasmic? You know, you shouldn't be eating it. It tastes so bad, but it's so good. One of those, oh, that's a naughty food. You're gonna be feeling that when you go to the gym, kind of, yeah. And then they say millennials are the fattest generation to exist, and I'm probably not doing anything to help contribute to that by making that pie. But here's the thing of it: it's all about moderation. You know, you get like that pie could very easily make a good 8 to 12 slices if you know. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hardly 1, 2. See, when you cut it this way, that's 4 slices. Cut it again, that's it. Yeah, you could very easily make 8 slices out of that pie very easily. But yeah, easier to eat when it's had time to solidify. It came out in a nice little slice. I'm like, and as soon as I was cutting up a slice, like, why not? And I look at it, I'm like, oh, now, now you want to cut like you're supposed to. That's hilarious. Now you want to come out, you know, in a nice little neat slice like you're supposed to. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. I wanted to share that tip with y'all because a lot of my fans who recreate my recipes are going to be going, huh? Going, how do I get it to stay solid? I'm just saying though, you cook it the night, make it the night before, set it in the fridge to chill overnight, and serve it for dessert. Serve it for dessert the next night, and there you go. It'll stay nice and solid. You cut into it, get a fork and a knife, just you know. But anyways, tubes, thank y'all for watching, and yeah, I'm about to go collect about 3 to 4 more sticks. That won't take me too long, as Casper is a mountain town. I call it Pie Update because I feel like this would be a good piece of information to share with the internet. Like, oh hey, that disgustingly unhealthy apple pie you made actually worked. You just had to stick it in the fridge for a bit longer. Well, how about that? That's a bit of concern off of my plate, at least. Because I still posted it because it's a video and I went through all the hassle to make it, and thinking that I might have bombed on it hard, but then come to find out, no, not really. You just didn't stick it in the fridge long enough before you cut it. Which, there you go.